everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm the notorious B.I.V, and this is my boy, Pauly G.
Hey!
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah. So summer's over. I mean, not officially, I guess, but like maybe officially for you because you're back in school.
Yeah.
You're back teaching.
In terms of school starting, I feel like summer's over.
Yeah. And I mean, my kids will go back to school next week, I guess.
Yep.
So summer's over. So, but we did some summer shows,
which
right?
is a first.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't take the summer off. Yeah, so we did some summer shows. You know, they were all right. I don't think too many people watched them, but that's okay. That's all right. You know, we're just.
My teacher friend Denise says she'll be one of our followers now that she knows that we have a YouTube show.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's good. That'll be one more viewer. Right?
There you go.
Okay.
I'll have to tell her to watch this video. Shout out to Denise.
Yeah. Hey Denise. Welcome to the show. Okay. So yeah. Summer's coming to an end. That's kind of sad, but exciting as well. I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and we were talking about how time goes faster now, like when you're an adult. It's like time just flies by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like when you were a kid, I just remember like summer seemed to go forever.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd just be like, and then, and I think part of that is our sensory experience, because when you can sense, because I think your senses get dull over time,
Yeah.
like when you were a kid and you would like eat a chocolate bar, for example, or you'd get a chocolate bar or something, and it was just like, this is the most amazing thing ever. It's so awesome, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's like I mean, I know you have a sweet tooth. Pauly G has a sweet tooth. So I mean, you're still into the sweets, but like it's probably not.
It's very different
intense,
though. Now
right?
I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. That might give me an upset stomach. The other day they had donuts for all the incoming 7th graders, and they had this giant box of leftover donuts, and they were trying to get people to eat them, and I was like, oh, please take that away from me. I don't want a giant donut. It's just going to make me sick.
Yeah.
Part of my brain is like, oh, donuts. The other part is like, no, Paul, no.
Okay. Your
stomach is going to not be happy if you eat that big donut.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your point, though.
But the thing is, so when you so omniscience, okay, we talk about omniscience, like God is omniscient. To me, what that means is your senses can take in so much information at once that time stops. Like it's not, like there's no time anymore at that point. And I'll give you an illustration, so you can understand this.
You're getting deep. Okay.
I am. So
we went from donuts to omniscience. Okay.
Yeah. So if you've ever had an experience where you get like an adrenaline rush, I always use the example of like you're about to get in a car wreck, or something, and like time, like everything slows down.
Oh yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
That's because you have that adrenaline kicks in, and your senses are taking in more information than normal. Right at that moment. And that's why time kind of slows down, right? Conversely, I mean, well, so you have approached omniscience to a small degree, right? Because your senses just can take in more. I mean, right? Like we see like 30 frames per second or something like that. That's why movies work. They do go 30 frames per second, and so because our eyes see that as motion, right?
Right.
But like in that moment that you're about to get in an accident, you can see like more frames per second, you know, and you can hear better and you're whatever. It's all like tied together. But that's why time slows down at that point, because it's like you're just able to take in more.
Is this a theory, or is this something that you have like is this just an idea of yours, or is this something?
Is my own theory.
Okay.
This is my own theory.
Okay.
It's all me. So,
but it's very interesting.
So if you take this, you have to give me credit for it. I'm copywriting it.
What's it called?
It's the theory of omniscience.
Okay.
But so,
which is related to Einstein's theory of relativity.
I suppose, yeah. So,
because his theory of relativity is about time can be faster or slower, right?
Right.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's great. So anyway, so, but so you can see, like if you've experienced that kind of adrenaline rush and like time slowing down to some degree, you can see that like if you take that to the nth degree, you get omniscience, and there is no time, because it's like, right?
Interesting.
Anyway, but so if you're as your senses get more dull, it's like time slows down, or time goes faster.
But if time stops completely, let's say for example, God wants to appear to Moses at a certain period of time, and then let's say God wants to appear to somebody else in another period of time. Like if time has completely stopped, how does that work?
Well, it's just like it says in the scriptures. It's the past, present. I don't know if it says this in the scriptures. The past, present, and the future are all before him, all at the same time. I mean, so it's, you know, I mean, think about like if time stopped, right? I could like, if I'm like the Flash or something, right? Like if I'm so fast, like I can just be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go get a milkshake, and then you know, put some money in the parking meter, and then like punch this guy out and put him in jail, right? Like you can do everything you need to do, right?
Okay.
If everything, if like
you can slow
past,
down time.
present, and future are all the same thing, it's just like, well, I'm gonna go appear to Moses and do this, and that's why like he can hear all our prayers at this whenever, right? Because it's not like he has to listen to mine and like, oh, if you're praying at the same time, he can't listen to you. It's like, no, he can hear all our prayers. He knows all our what's going on, and that's why like he can dwell with each of us, you know, like whatever.
Wow, I really like this. This is a really cool concept.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for that validation.
You're welcome.
So what am I getting at?
Summer's over.
Yeah. So when we're old and our senses are getting dull, it's like time just flies by, right? It's like, oh my gosh, it's almost Christmas again. How did that happen? You know what I mean? Don't you find that? Like, yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas again. Crap. I'm not ready for it. Whatever. Right? Yeah. But kids are just like, you know, it's like a 15-minute car ride, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so bored. Like, why is this taking so long? Right? And it's like, it was just 15 minutes. Shut up. Right? But they have such keen senses and everything. That they just like, anyway.
Interesting.
That's my theory.
I like it.
Now.
Brandon's theory of omniscience.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have deep thoughts, Paul.
You do.
So there's that. I'm also, you know, I also find as time goes on, you know, this is something interesting. So like, I don't know if we should, we're only 11 minutes in. Maybe we can try to get into this. But okay. So like, I find as I get older, like what like women I'm attracted to are like more are older. Like like I'll look at a high school girl and I'm just like, well, like she's a girl. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't look like I'm not like, oh, that's hot or whatever. I mean, maybe if like she's like really fully developed and she just like looks like a 20-year-old or something. You know what I mean? But like other than that, I'm just like, well, she's a girl, right? Like it,
Right.
but and like if I were to get married, if I were to get remarried now, like something were to happen to Stephanie, heaven forbid, and I had to like get married again, like I probably wouldn't, like I wouldn't be marrying like a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old. Like I'd probably, maybe 40s, you know, or or more, or someone my age. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of weird to me. Well, so because before I got married, I didn't I didn't really look that far ahead into the future, like what this would be like. But when I but before I got married, I was like, well, I guess you just like marry someone who's really hot, and hopefully they like stay hot for like a while, right, for a long time, and then after that, like when they're not hot anymore, I guess they're just I don't know what, like I didn't know what happened at that point, right? Like I just this is my like
Young male
my kid
mind thinking.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just didn't know what to expect, and now it's like it's crazy that like I'm attracted to my wife, and she's like 50 something years old, and that's crazy to me. Like how does that work, you know? And one guy told me, well, it's like, you know, when you were a kid, when you were a high school kid, you were attracted to high school girls, and now, you know, now you're older and you're attracted to that. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and attraction is not just chemical and physical,
that's
because
true.
you've been in a really intense, uh, relationship for so long that you are in love with who she is, not just what she looks like.
True.
So,
Yeah. And I couldn't fathom that when I was a kid. I was just like, I guess because I was just so into looks, you know.
yeah.
But I mean, even back then though, like I wasn't, well, yeah. Well, no, scratch that. So, but yeah, it's interesting to me that like, yeah, but you're right. It's not all physical, right?
Well, yeah, because if it was, then you would be attracted to like a 20-year-old girl, but instead you're like, no, like that's,
Like there are other things
yeah.
there's other things that factor into it. But it's weird though because it does it still manifests in like physical attraction in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm still like my wife was objectively like slimmer and whatever when we first got married, and objectively she's, you know, she's probably not as attractive now, like physically attractive. But like I don't notice that at all. Like I'm not like, oh, you're not as hot as you were when we were 20.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh yeah, you're still Stephanie. Like you're
Yeah.
like I'm still just attracted to you as I was back then, or more, maybe more in a lot of ways, because it's like because we've been through some things together and we've grown together, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of, uh, when I think of my wife, I think of how she knows me so much better now, and she still loves me and takes care of me, and that, how do you put a price on that?
Yeah,
And so the fact that she is so good to me with everything that we've gone through, it's like, oh man, she's awesome, you know?
yeah. And I guess I don't really think about it, and I mean sometimes I think like, so maybe this is answering this question for me, because sometimes I think like do I really love my wife? Or like, what is love? Like, do I love her? Or am I just like, is it just like, well, it's just easier to maintain the status quo. Like, we're married, I may as well just stay married to her, right? Like, maybe that's all it is. Like, sometimes I think, is that all it is? Like,
A marriage of convenience.
I mean, sort of. I mean, like, I have long hair because it's like, well, it's just easier than getting a haircut, right? And if I got a haircut, then I'd have to like get a haircut another couple months later or whatever, right? Like, it's just easier to just not, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the status quo is just, it's easy to just do the same thing a lot, right?
Sure.
But so,
yeah, you'd have to be really unhappy to go through a divorce, because otherwise it is so much pain and suffering, and financially, I mean,
but
it takes a lot.
But is that all it is? Is that all that's like keeping me with my wife? Probably not.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, probably not.
Sounds like you love her a lot.
But sometimes I just ask myself that question. But now thinking about like, okay, well, obviously I'm still attracted to her after all these years because of our shared experience and our closeness, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, and that maybe we've talked about this before, but that's what keeps you from cheating in a lot of ways, right? It's like, yeah, you might see some hot chick, right? But that's not enough to like make you cheat, because you've got so much shared experience with your wife. Like, you have that bond with your wife,
right?
That's like been forged over years of, shared experience and whatever. And so the only way you would cheat is if you start like forging a bond with that other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you don't want to cheat, and no one should want to cheat, then don't avoid forming those bonds with other people, right?
Yeah.
But seriously though, to me it's a miracle every time I think about like, wow, I'm still attracted to my wife. Like, it's like way attracted to my wife. Like, it's a miracle to me, right? Because she's not 20 anymore. Well, I mean, we got married when we were almost 30 anyway, so like, she's not 29 anymore, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's amazing to me, because I mean, when I was a kid, I'd be like, I'd see these older women or whatever, and I'm like, how is that? Why is that guy even like, ew, she's icky or whatever, And now I'm like, oh well, now I get it. Like, it makes sense. Anyway.
So there are pros and cons to getting older.
There are.
The cons are time goes flying by fast. But maybe that's a pro. Because if time still went on forever, the older you got, you might get depressed and want to die. And you couldn't, because time just still felt like it was going on forever.
Maybe, except like, if you're like hurtling towards the end of your life and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do all these things and I was such a bad father, and then it's like towards the end of your life, it all just like hits you. And then you get super depressed.
It's not that.
Hopefully not.
Time doesn't go by that fast, though.
Well, I mean, it's
not like you can't do what you want to do with your life.
But it's gonna go faster, is what I'm saying. And when you're like,
but at least you're attracted to your wife on the way.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. That's how it's supposed to work, anyway, right? Okay. Well, here's to many more years with our wives, Pauly G. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Those were deep thoughts from the Notorious B.I.V. and your boy Pauly G. And we'll see you all in the next video.
All right. Take care.